Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusril, the game is Star Trek Online, and welcome once again to Foundry Frolics. The official Iconian campaign isn't going too well, is it? Let's take a look at the unofficial Iconian campaign that's being waged over in the Foundry. In particular, we're looking at Sirboulevard's latest mission, Common Ground. This is purely a Federation mission taking place immediately after the admittedly rather short time in a bottle. We're off to Reuben Prime for a little diplomacy, but between the Askar, the Bajorans, the Caitians, the Cardassians, the Frasins, the Talarians, the humans, the Klingons, and Romulans, and frankly anybody else who wants to gate crash this little party, it's going to be interesting. I have no idea why he decided to put a special thanks in for me. I dare say we'll find out. Thank you very much, regardless. Anyhow, hail Starfleet. And Admiral Tanay is hailing us on Priority 1. It's never good news. And again, this is for Federation characters only. Romulan and Line Feds aren't quite supported. There are apparently going to be a little... how can I put this? A few oddities in the dialogue if you try it. We shall see. However, the Fleet Admiral... Oh, sorry, Admiral Tanay. I forget. I outrank the crazy woman now, don't I? The conference is nearly ready, and since we've been involved from the start, hooray! We need as many allies as possible to fight the Iconians, and we're proceeding to the Reuben conference. I suppose, at least I have the sense not to do it at Babel. After all, what happened to the last two dozen Babel conferences? The place does have a tendency to get involved in all kinds of diplomatic skullduggery. Now, where in blazes is the Reuben system? Welcome to the Reuben system, where apparently the Romulans were mucking about with the, whatever they were, bunch beginning with H. Anyhow, enter the Reuben system, and they've been waiting for us, and that's not ominous at all. Really, it isn't ominous. No, seriously, I mean, come on. It can't always be an ambush every time you warp into the system. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very crowded Reuben system. The Loma Prieta, the Rhea, the Avenger, and of course the Enterprise. Oh god, clear the system! The Enterprise is here, it's all going to go straight to hell. Start the mission. Previously, yes, we'll skip the recap, thank you very much. And we have arrived in the Reuben system to engage in the Reuben Accords. I am further concerned that Jarok's comment that Leander and her crew are not wanted on the front lines, but what the hell. And for now I must try not to fall asleep, or accidentally vent either or both of them out of an airlock. It would after all be most unfortunate if I had to replace yet another yeoman, so we're standing right here. Damn these audio log recordings. I know, Matthews, I know. And here we are. Sir, you felt the best way to convey that you don't want to do this was to insult us to our faces in an official log. Yes, yeoman, that's why I'm the Fleet Admiral and you're the Lieutenant Commander. I'm sorry, actually, no, you're not even that, are you? You're a yeoman. What is that? Pip and a half? And oh, sorry, Lieutenant JG, my apologies. I tend to forget what those lower ranks are for, besides, you know, airlock accidents and phaser fodder. It seemed like the most expedient way to do it. If it wasn't so honest, I would summarise. We need them on our side, yep, we know, and we're never there to see it. What's that all about anyway? Don't ask me. Jarok said Starfleet wants us off the lines. And excellent, thank you, Lieutenant. Right, so let's just quickly check the pads. See who we need to, okay, so conference overview. Reuben Conference, formerly the Rusith Accords when it was all still hush-hush. Peace negotiations in the Frasins, and now they're bringing in some more Alpha and Beta quadrants. So what's the peace plan for here? Total against in pre-May. They will temporarily halt kidnapping the kitties. The other kitties will open public negotiations about the return of kitty litter trays, and the kitties will work with the clans to end the kitty blood debt so that the kitties stop killing the kitties. And then we're going to swap some hostages around so that if the kitties do kill the kitties, more kitties get killed, and then the kitties can all go on to kill the kitties, and yay, no more kitties. Except, of course, the kitties that are in Starfleet uniforms, because we can't have those drop dead at all. As for the rest of them, alliance induction terms, pre-joining intelligence, etc., etc., to be retained because of a humanitarian gesture. Alliance fleet to guard their homeworlds. Yay! Unconditional appointment of a member of the Alliance War Council. Terrific! And of course, money, 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 money! No come in, no get booty, as the Americans said to the Russians when it came to Japan. As for the delegations, who have we got? The United Federation of Planets. Oh god, Sean's along. Well, maybe Marone can keep him in line. As for the rest, I'm along as well. Why am I not at the top of this list? I'm a Fleet Admiral, for heaven's sake. As okay, on, Worf's along. Woohoo! We have some actual sanity, and even more in the case of Satas. Good, they actually sent two people who can be relied upon not to start foaming at the mouth. What are you doing, Commander? At the first sign of trouble, and then of course Patriarch Ruzith. Julia's running things for the Republic, and oh god, Rugen's Skyle. Fine, someone dope the Canar. Nothing lethal, just, yeah. Let him know where the nearest heads are, and then reserve one for his personal use. Arakeen, Gren, and Supreme Commander Atalanta. Oh yes, that, rhymes with witch. Terrific! And of course the Deferi. Well, it shouldn't be too hard, provided we can stop the Tholians freezing over, the Ferengi making a loss, the Atalantas and the rest of the Ascari opening their mouths, and as for the Talarians, well, who knows? This can't possibly go wrong, can it? Hey guys, let's beam down to Reuben Prime and meet with the delegates, because if we're really lucky, they haven't strangled each other by now. But there are a lot of delegates. Yes, I know. I just read the invitations. They should all have some useful outros. Some are not here. They're Ferengi. Of course they're not here out of altruism. And the conference won't start until sunset. Yay! Oh, and there are subcommittees. Lovely. Subcommittees. Terrific. Wonderful. Marvellous. Super. Fine. Subcommittees. Where's the bar? Meanwhile, let's go get popular with people and ram my face into walls, because I'm sure the concussion will help matters. Where are we? Oh yes, here we are. Excellent. So, what do we got? Ooh, starship. Big starship. I hope Tom realises he's going to have to clean the ship off when he gets her back into orbit. Anyhow, Julia, what do you got for me? Oh, good. Very little of it is true, I assure you. What matter, Ambassador? Press record of events, and yes, and if your people hadn't switched on the reactor that had exploded the planet the last time it was switched on, maybe we wouldn't have had to have been quite so heroic. But thank you anyway. And that was quite a while now. Vala and the Heralds, yes, they keep... I know, I'm in orbit there every other week. Oh, bring more into Alliance. Yep, I'm sure they are, Worf. You were on Iconia with Picard, weren't you? Yep, and the mission to Iconia, Commander Riker. Yes, but if he hadn't, we'd probably have ended up shooting up most of the Romulan fleet. However, we can argue what-ifs all day, Ambassador. What matters are the people dying? Yep. And preferably putting a stop to that number, at least on our side of the equation. If it's on the Herald and Iconian side of the equation, I'm all for a bit of death. Might even knock some sense into them instead of provoking a homicidal, roaring rampage of revenge. Both the Republic and the Empire agree with it. Well, until they decide it's better to stuff a knife in each other's backs. Of course, every planet and galaxy is threatened. Excellent, Ambassador. And that wasn't totally a Freudian slip and wondering where you're keeping the axe ready to stuff into the Romulan spines. And I should speak to Captain Marone. Terrific. Tom. Well, first things first, I'll speak with Bautista, who, if he's got any smarts about him, is finding out where she keeps the good stuff. Drinking on the job, Lieutenant. And, okay, yeah, I was going to say that I completely agree with the sentiment, but there you go. What do I need to know about? The phones are in here for self-preservation. We knew that. Yep. Arakeen is putting on the front. Yep. And, Cations and the Frasons are serious. The Ascar, the real wild card. I must learn to control my pronunciation better. And no, I haven't talked to them. I would. Okay. And the Ascar brought their flagship along. Terrific. And the sensors are having problems scanning. Lovely. So the Ascar have got an ace up their sleeve. Well, let's face it, we have a few aces up our sleeves as well. 6 phaser batteries, a torpedo, 2 torpedo tubes, and a squadron of fighters. Tom, what you got for me? Good to see you again. Finally, the proper respect. Likewise, Ambassador Julia sent me here, and we need to talk. And yes, the commander can't keep her mouth shut. Mind explaining yourself? Remember that technicality? Yep. Well, Starfleet doesn't want it released. Yeah, that's kinda sensible. Is that why the Pathfinder's always in dock? Sadly, yes, you're basically a giant shield generator. Very good, very well done. Nope, let's face it, and you're stuck in Earth for the duration. After all, they probably haven't forgiven you for that blue-on-blue incident either. Nightly meals with their families on Earth morale is at an all-time low. So we're being put on the intel and subversion assignments, and the tech is protecting the conference, which is why the Pathfinder's here. And the President is Scott. Oh man, I feel for you. You couldn't even put him in the VIP quarters? This is what you get for having a small ship, Tom. Stick to the battle cruisers and the dreadnoughts. You have much more room to stash the VIPs. Only in the sense, oh right, he's staying on the Pathfinder. Lovely. Okay, well now he's the dragon on the Pathfinder. You need a yeah, I can't blame you. Just remember to put the airlocks on command codes. It would be a shame if somebody accidentally beamed the contents of your ready room into the deepest ocean trench they could find. If he keeps drinking like this, we have some very good anti-ulcer medication. He already does. Okay. And Brendan's trying to go in. Let me see. So I've got the Klingon option here. Find him and kill him! I mean, that's what you do to guys who miss 4th base, right? And then Vulcan option, and you've got time. Relax, Tom. Brendan, look, just have a detox hypo ready. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that he shows up actually plastered, but in the meantime, you know what, I have no trouble with him being out of his skull. Okay, as for the rest of the delegates, I think the door was around here somewhere. Boink, boink. Ah, there we go. Should be in here. And oh ho. Our friendly, well, inverted commas, friendly Farason. What's the story, Commander? Well, that was short and sweet. Let's try the other option. Tell me about yourself. Doesn't matter. He's here as part of the clone delegation. Task doesn't need me defending him from her. Yep. And there we go. How long have you been a commander in the Honor Guard anyway? I mean, 5 months, a commander for 3 weeks, and joined as a lieutenant. Yes, that's pretty much how Kagran's running things, isn't it? Still, it is making for very rapid advancement. And at this rate, we're going to have to start using those transporter clones. Meanwhile, the Talarians are about ready to throttle the Bajorans, the Tholians are being enigmatic, and of course we have the Kitties. Have you guys not clawed each other's eyes out yet? Excellent. No. Likewise, Agran. Okay. Etc. Okay. Terrific. You do me no dishonour by not speaking my language. Besides, this way you can slip some insults in and I'll get to pretend I don't notice. Always doing it. I'll admit it is an unusual development because you've got a small problem with the Iconians breathing down your necks. Oh yeah, and the Shiasi kind of got themselves into more trouble than they could handle. Meanwhile, the Shiasi would attack Klingon space, their suicidal overconfidence, etc. And Kronos caught fire yet again. At this rate, the only people doing well on Kronos are going to be the building trade, and possibly the firefighters. I can only imagine Rizith and Morella have been chatting ever since, and neither the parliaments handled it at all well. And you now have both sides trying to murder each other. Lovely. And the opinion on the expansion, we need all the allies we can get. don't we just? And the Patriarchy, same position. The Hells have attacked us less, but only because they're 10 parsecs from Alarchi Prime, and figure the Alarchi can handle it. Well, nope, they can't. Quite illuminating. Now, if you look through me, may the wind be at your back. Yes, if my wind is ever at my back, something's gone very wrong, and I need to see the medics immediately. There's a reason my crew wear respirators. That isn't it, honest. Arakeen, what have you got for us? Thank you, Ian. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Where do you stand in favour of temporary alliance? Okay, fair enough. As long as you're pointing your guns at the Iconians and not at us, I can live with that. As for the rest, Taras? Excellent, and we've... Oh, good. Sura actually saying some nice things about us. Terrific. And Sura has no place for those in positions of violence or presumed violence or in the proximity of violence. Oh, right. Sura doesn't like me. Even better. Pacifism imbalance is why war and conflict exists, etc, etc, etc. You seem to be asking for the Defo to go to war. Okay, so net benefit to people, is it bad? Lovely. Right. Where do we stand on the war? With everyone, against the Iconians. And yeah, well, as the other old saying goes, we can hang together, or we'll all hang separately. If you'll excuse me, we just have the Talarians to talk to, and then a few others. Ambassador, forgive me, but you caught you off guard by being human? Yeah, just a little. Oh, right, Talarian family. Right, so Talarian culture, human genetics, fair enough. And the Askar. Haven't they just... the Askar and the Talarians... Yeah, what? The Talarians are male-dominated, a patriarchy, and the Askar are a matriarchy. Okay, now suddenly they're the Askar Republic. Right. That is suspicious. Maybe they're trying, though. Maybe we can give them the benefit of the doubt. Or maybe not. And the Askar have been going off their patrol routes. Then they send Captain Cullen angry messages. Lovely. And yeah. Frankie Eliminators, ladies and gentlemen. They won't just kill you, they'll bankrupt you as well. And you are Major Rugal Padar. Okay, fair. I was gonna say Cardassian in the Bajoran. Fair enough. I didn't expect to see a Cardassian in Bajoran uniform. Well, he was raised on Betrayal, adopted Bajoran parents, etc, etc, etc. He went back to Betrayal with what? Okay, wrong side of the Dominion War. A few years running internment camps and various other things, probably mostly Cardassians. And he got Federation citizenship. Go him. Terrific. Will the Terrans join? Yes. Lovely. Good. Let me worry about the Askar. And the Askar people on the large front. Reuben has the Iconians fit the height. I have an idea. Anyways, thank you, ambassadors. Usually the Iconians go for something like that because it's a threat, and 9 times out of 10, threat means time travel. There's the transporter pad, which means the Askari are... Oh, terrific. What have we got? Commander Atalanta, fleet salvaging vessels or property, acts of piracy. Well, it depends how the vessels got into salvageable condition in the first place, I suppose. Supreme Fleet Commander, of course, and the Foundry copies. Okay. How many? Yeah. You should have figured the Ferengi and the Askar would get them together like a house on fire. Plenty of screaming and burning. Excuse me, guys, can we... Oh, there you are. Terrific. Don't know if it... nope, it's why Starfleet does so well. What's going on here? He's accused of false chimes. Go on, Ambassador Gren. The Askar are stealing high-value ships marked as salvage for the Lobby Consortium. Oh, right, they've been raiding the lockbox ships. Right, they're all going to have to die, aren't they? Same here, unlit... denying salvage, right? And then distribute vouchers. Everyone has an equal. However, the Askar have started stealing ships. These low lifes. Yeah. Based on your response, I assume you call these false claims. Of course, we have no need for these scraps. Ambassador, cough up your evidence. Oh, hello, Reuben. Askar Republic. Of course, several such thefts. Well, we'll take it. Is that a threat, Commander? Do bear in mind the Federation will come in on the Cardassian side if they have to. It is a fact. And if you go for the Cardassians, we will go for you. The Klingons will go for you. And to be frank, most of the Delta Alliance will probably go for you as well. You're welcome to try. And we're here to act on overtures of peace, not war. Mostly. This is a distraction, Commander. Solve it and prepare for the conference. Nor will I, if you'll excuse me. And we have some subcommittees. Lovely. I have a meeting with Thomas, and hopefully he's going to be sober for it. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment, of course, so we shall see. And here we are. Welcome to Sunset, the peace conference. Everyone's gathered around the same table. Alright, not everyone's sitting down, but I don't think we had a chair in Tholian. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll just take a quick peek outside. Starship is there. Federation President is being shoved out of the airlock there. Incoming Iconian fleet is, oh, I don't know, I'm sure they'll turn up eventually. Alright, Patriarch, let's get this show on the road. Now it can be an excellent. Let's succeed. People are someone else who goes first to end hostilities, etc., etc. Second is to start killing someone else, even better. We call first on the attaché, etc. Defer people out of balance, the views as a threat, etc., etc. A new fleet will join the Borg force on Defera, or rather the force fighting the Borg on Defera. Well, we see no issues with the request, and the Romulans are aligned with it. Excellent. And terrific. The Klingons are on board as well. Okay, and what the Talarians want. They authorized say that they will join the Alliance, and they need money. Well, we can do that. We can go for money. Ferengi, are you willing to cough up? Excellent. Wonderful. We accept the terms, just don't bankrupt them. And everyone else is happy. Terrific. Arakeen, we do not wish to be a permanent member. Terrific. You also don't wish alliance members. Not so terrific. The Iconians are a threat. Pre-planned operations only. Lovely. And only into their turf at their request. And at the end of the hostilities, it's business as usual. Fair dues, I suppose. I mean, you want to try dimensionally jacking ships again? We can always just blow them up. Worked last time. We accept the terms, and okay, yeah, the Romulans might want the Tholians off Tau Dewa. Beyond that, welcome aboard. And we may gain some Tholian forces. We reject the terms, but recognise his agreements. And, yeah, the moment the Tholians put a manipulator out of line, the Klingons will rip it off. Fair enough. 2-to-1, terms accepted. Provisional allies. So, here's where the excrement impacts the rotating air circulation device. We deny the allegations. And, okay, fair enough. In subcommittee meetings, there's some special requests of the Federation. Go on. Okay, they want the technology, oh. Bugger. They worked it out. With respect, we're very wary of disseminating it. We require the request the Asgard pick another thing. You idiot, Tom, just say no. Then the terms of alliance be null and void. Any anti-Iconian technology be shared. They could use this to force us out of the alliance, and that would be even worse. We don't have a choice here, do we? Well, we hand over the tech. I suppose we don't really have an option. Under protest, of course, and give a briefing regarding its usage. Fair enough. The Tholian delegation is not recognised at this time. Immediate disclosure. Well, we could switch it off and see how long it takes Iconians to appear. It is kind of basically, well, elephant repellent. After all, the extra strength elephant repellent I have equipped is working perfectly. I mean, there aren't any elephants in the room, are there? Well, except, you know, the fact that the Askar are a bunch of treacherous worms, but not that kind of elephant. Very well. There's the data. Ambassador... Shall we? Okay. Open unsecure transmit. Oh dear, Commander. Have you just sold us out? Okay. Arm yourselves, guys. Let's stop murdering. Shooty, shooty, shooty. Come on. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. One Harbinger. One hopefully very dead Harbinger. Can we get a tripod scan here? Perfect. And break itself. It's on cooldown. Boom. Headshot. There goes Ticket. Somebody grabbed the staff and shoved in a stasis field. Yeah. Well, we've been betrayed. Beam everyone up, and then start blowing Askar out of the sector. They are, as of right now, kill on sight. That seems a perfectly reasonable response here. And off we go. Diplomatic overtures. Not now, Matthews. Red alert. Shields up. And then let's see. You know what? Let's just go for AP beta to start with. Torp spread and lock on the way. And then start wrecking things. Also, fighters. There's the battleship. Shortly followed by the cruiser. And then there's one rather scared little frigate who may or may not have had time to change his underwear. Well, so much for the Heralds. Now we just have the Askar to deal with lethally. But the Askar have already transmitted the dampening technology. Tom, what have you got? On the return course, I say, abso-fraggin-lutely. I'm glad you appreciate the sentiment, because we're going after them. Engage at maximum warp. Let's go chase down these sons of tribbles. Alright, Tom, tell me what you got. They're already nearing. That's because they're about to self-destruct. They still take your time, they could ask, but no, let's annoy all our neighbours. Yeah, it was never a smart long-term plan, was it? Open a channel, explain your intentions, and our long-dead gods will come at us again. Ah, oh, right, her comms just cut off. Oh, right, suicide again? Is that crazy? The people, they're not going to feel the anomaly ahead. Yep, self-destruct in 3, 2, 1. All stop, all stop. Scan, I said all stop. Artificial wormhole, vaguely like underspace to a gateway. Okay. On the bright side, everyone else is on our side, and that's the only good news. And you get to boot the president off your ship, and, even better, you get to get back into space. So it's an ill wind that blows nobody any good, and they can't permanently defeat it. Eesh. Lovely. And here comes the training manuals, and there's some old COs. She might be able to refine it more. Who knows, they might even let you back out into space. Safe travels. For now, we keep fighting, and the Askar, well, if we shoot them, I'm sure nobody will complain. And the Tholians are barely members, but hey, everyone else signed up, so it's all to the good. Incoming transmission, oh dear. The Tholian ambassador just left in a huff, and they were right, that limited their male birth rate. Tholians are withdrawn from the Accords, they want to be listened. So much for the Tholians. Right, thank you for the update, Captain. Who knows, but that was Common Ground by Sirboulevard. The Askar have shown their hand and are likely to have their heads kicked in as a consequence. But until next time, farewell.